17 people die each day waiting for a viable organ for a transplant. OrganDonor.org in 2024 shows that the national organ shortage is a rapidly increasing issue that is only heightening daily death tolls in our country. With no end in sight for this crisis, it is imperative that we work diligently towards a solution. In today's speech, I will be explaining how the national organ shortage is plaguing our country and why, as a result, the government should implement a regulated legal organ sales system. To come to this conclusion, I found multiple credible sources, including medical journals and articles, through the Northwest Florida State College database. To begin, I will discuss the problem of organ shortage as a whole and the plethora of effects it can have on not only the individual, but also their families. Then I will explain the solution to this problem, a legalized, regulated organ sales system. First, let me explain how the national organ shortage is negatively affecting our country and its citizens. At any given time, 103,223 people sit patiently waiting on the transplant list, while every 8 minutes, someone else is forced to face the reality that they may die before they even make it to surgery. Global Health Review in 2024 illustrates the staggering ratio of lives lost due to kidney and liver diseases to the amount of transplant surgeries performed each year. 96,000 lives and only 46,000 surgeries in 2023 alone, which also does not account for the transplant of other organs such as the heart or the lungs. To put this into perspective, the amount of surgeries performed is less than half of the lives lost. This shows how many pointless deaths are occurring and how an improved system could level this ratio. Additionally, there's the fact that our transplant list is incredibly biased. Baylor College of Medicine found in 2023 that patients who have less than a high school education are 50% less likely to be multiple listed for liver and kidney transplants, while those with a post-college education are 60% more likely to be listed for liver and kidney transplants. This type of bias, and bias as a whole, should not exist within our medical system. Everyone deserves a chance of receiving an organ, but this makes it nearly impossible. Finally, the psychological toll the organ transplant process has on not only the patient, but their families as well, is unimaginable. Psychology Today in 2024 states that the patients frequently experience what can be described as a grieving process for the health and the life they had before their illness, which can translate into physical symptoms. Family members also experience symptoms such as stress, despair, and hopelessness, but often suppress them in order to prioritize the ill member of the family. Now that I've explained how the organ system has affected the U.S. and its citizens, I will explain the solution for this issue. Of course, it is irrational to suggest a system where individuals can simply just sell their organs. This is why it is important that this system is regulated and enforced and takes into account the same factors that are considered in normal transplants, such as age, health, family history, etc. Successful implementation of living non-related donation in 1988 can be seen in Iran, where individuals voluntarily donated kidneys in exchange for financial compensation. The National Library of Medicine in 2008 shows that after the first year of this system being in place, Iran's number of transplants had nearly doubled. This illustrates that with the right regulations in place, our organ shortage can dramatically decrease over time. According to Organ Conscription, How the Dead Can Save the Living in 2011, it proposes a solution that would make organ donation an opt-out system rather than an opt-in. So when an individual dies, viable organs are automatically sent through the transplant system. This would also include the financial compensation to the heir for the organs of the person that was harvested from. This idea of financial compensation can also be applied to the living. However, at this moment in time, a living donor cannot be paid, as it is illegal under the National Organ Transplant Act of 1984. Of course, with this system, there would be the addition of a price ceiling, or a legal maximum price, to ensure neither party is taken advantage of. To conclude, today I explained how the organ shortage is harming the U.S. and offered a potential solution to fix it. First, I explained the ratio of surgeries to those who succumb to illness, the unfair bias is in the organ transplant system, and the psychological effects of being on the transplant list. Then, I discussed the potential solution of a regulated, legalized organ sales system, including financial compensation. I hope the information I provided you with today will help you understand the severity of the organ shortage and how we as a country must take action to remedy this. Thank you.
Very good.